snowboard boots, the number one thing is that you're buying the boot by your skill level, so the flex of the boot, but then also buying by comfort. You know, the boot could be made of gold and unicorn hair, but if it doesn't fit you, then you're just gonna be miserable. So buy boots that fit well. Always lace up your boots before you say they're too small, because the boot has an angle to it, and when you put on a boot without lacing it up, your heel's probably gonna be about a full size forward. If you gotta get your heel all the way back by lacing your boot up, then it'll give you a true fit to the boot. I think the number one problem in snowboarding these days isn't expensive lift tickets or expensive pictures of beer, it's that people buy the wrong size boots. They always buy their boots too big. You pull up, that's the bottom, that's the top. That way, if you want to ride the top nice and tight and the bottom nice and loose, you can, which is something that I recommend for most people, because most people complain having foot cramp problems or toes getting cold. And they over tighten the top here, right, or this part of their foot right here. All the veins to your feet, or like the hands, are on the top, so you do this, just cut the circulation off to your toes.
So what do I look for when I want to get some new bindings?
The best way to buy a binding is after you've bought your board and your boots. When pairing your binding to your board, you're going to want to make sure that you get, like with a stiffer board, a little bit more responsive, stiffer binding. For example, if you get a stiffer board and you get a binding that has a really soft tray on it, you're going to go to a toe side turn and the binding is just going to flex and it's not going to make the board respond the way you want it to. So pairing a little bit stiffer binding, like for example, this binding here, will work better with a little bit stiffer board.